Hello, welcome to Dungeons Podcast. I'm your host Justin. So today we're reviewing the M. Night Shyamalan film Old, which came out this year. It's based off a French graphic novel called Sandcastle by Pierre Oscar Levy and Frederick Peters. The film stars M. Night Shyamalan has a cameo, obviously. Let me just double check the casting. Because I love how Google only shows you like 6 people. Like, this is, come on. M. Night Shyamalan has a cameo. Well, I think it's more than cameo. He's in like, 2 or 3 scenes. You got Thomasin McKenzie as Maddox Kappa, Abbey Kershaw as Crystal. You'll know her. I think she's like an Australian actress. She was in the Mad Max Fury Road, and she was in Neon Demon. She's in a bunch of stuff. You have Gael Garcia Bernal as Guy Kappa, Alex Wolff as Trent Kappa, the guy from Death Note, Aaron Pierre as Midsize Sedan, Eliza Scanlon as Kara, Vicky Krieps as Preska Kappa, Rufus Sewell as Charles, Ken Leung as Jaren Carmichael, right? And Edmund Elliott, who looks a lot like Stanley Tucci. At first I saw this guy, and I'm like, is that Stanley Kubrick? It's not Stanley Kubrick. Stanley Tucci in a wig? With a fake mole? I don't know. Yeah. So that's pretty much... Apparently there was somebody whose name in the credits was Eastwood, but like I'm not seeing it here. So yeah, this movie is a bit controversial. A lot of people hate it. Some people think it's just okay. My thoughts, well, first I should get onto the story, what the story is. Basically, a bunch of people, different couples, get invited into a resorts, and they get told about this private beach, and they go in the private beach, and slowly and surely, they notice that people are aging at an accelerated rate, right? And the entire film is basically these characters trying to escape this beach before they die one by their different medical conditions that they have, right? So like, this movie is a bit complicated to review because there's some things I don't quite understand, and I don't want to get into spoilers, right? Because I'm a little pissed off that one of the reviews I watched for this film, while I was mixed on deciding whether or not I should see it, decided to spill the plot twist of the fucking film. So I really enjoyed that, right? Thanks a lot for that, by the way. Though they didn't spoil if characters get off or survive, which I'm not going to spoil. Yeah, so there's some cool things about the movie. There's some body horror stuff if you're into it. I thought the film, as a thriller, did a great job of making you like giving you anxiety and all that stuff. You're worried about these characters trying to escape the beach, right? You have unplanned pregnancies that happen. So like, and then there's the thing where like there's several scenes where like people get injured and it heals instantly because of the time distortion that's going on this beach, right? Which they do explain what the time distortion was, right? There's even like a thing where like one of the characters, this is a slight spoiler alert, but it's necessary, where like one of the characters had been there for studying the beach for a while, and it was one of the black characters, and they make a joke like, oh, black don't crack or whatever, and he was studying the effects of not studying the effects, he was like gathering names and stuff, trying to figure out how the time distortion worked on the beach, right? Which I'm not going to spoil it anymore. Which I'm a little confused on how long that guy could have been there for, because it's implied that he was there the night before, and he survived most of the day, and it's like they use the whole black don't crack to excuse why he's not aging, right? And I don't know, man. That doesn't make a lot of sense because like he knew about a bunch of people who went missing on that beach, and it's like, how did he know that? Had he been there for weeks? That makes no sense, right? Because they explained like 50 years, 24 hours is like 50 years on the beach, right? So it's like, how the fuck could he have survived so long, right? So I don't get it, right? Yeah, I don't get that small twist at all, right? Also, I should mention, like, yeah, like a dog dies in the film, which I'm a dog owner. I don't like seeing dogs die in films. Nobody thinks to warn people, hey, dogs die in this film. It's like, God fucking damn. I think I saw like 5 reviews, and no one mentioned, hey, an old lady brings a small dog on the beach, right? Well, a dog dies in the film, but it pretty much dies off camera, right? So at least they did the dog death tastefully, and some of the gore in the film they shy away, right, from it, which, you know, but there is still like cool gore in the film that's not super bloody, but still is fucking freakish to look at, because there's this one of the characters has a calcium deficiency, right? So like she grows like a hump on her back, and then like her bones become brittle, and you see what happens when it breaks, and like it like, you know, heals like almost instantly over the broken bone. It's fucking gross, man, right? And there's another scene where like where they perform emergency surgery, and that I thought that scene was tense, right? And then like there's the really cool, like, you know, scene where you have her characters trying to escape, and it's very tense, right? Yeah, so I'm not going to spoil that. I thought problems with the film, the writing. That's the problem with M. Night Shyamalan. He has very dry, weird kind of dialogue, awkward dialogue, and I think the guy needs to like, because there are plenty of people who have great ideas, but they don't write the scripts because they're you know, they're not good with dialogue and all that stuff. So I think M. Night Shyamalan needs to, like, you know, come up with his own ideas, which he didn't even come up with the idea. He got it from a graphic novel, but like he needs to hire somebody to like write the scripts, right? Which, you know, he refuses to do it because he wants to be, obviously, writer-directors get a lot of like street credit, and everybody loves writer-directors, right? Like Quentin Tarantino, Nicholas Winding Refn, I guess. Man, I'm trying to think of other like writer-directors. Nick Sparks? Man, I can't think of any right now. They're like, yeah, I think he needs to let. I personally, I think a lot of the hate that M. Night Shyamalan films get is like over. I wouldn't say it's not over exaggeration, but it's like people, like, you know, love to beat a dead horse, right? And when people, like, you know, start making fun of stuff, and like, you know, people like to jump in, like, you know, so like a lot of the hate that Michael Bay would get. Like, Michael Bay's movies are all right, man. Like, compare Michael Bay's movies to like modern day, like, you know, summer blockbusters and shit. It's like his movies are 10 times better, man. But like, you know, because, you know, it was popular to trash, and people like to do that. So like, yeah, I think like M. Night Shyamalan, a lot of people just bash him because, you know, it's fun to do. And he does come off as pretentious, right? I still need to watch Lady in the Water. That's like the one M. Night Shyamalan film I haven't watched. And that's supposed to be the most cringe. Because, like, if people don't know, there's like a movie critic character in that film. And the like he gets killed. Like I think he gets killed horribly. I don't know, man. I still need to review M. Night Shyamalan's film. So personally, I think this movie is good, and I would recommend it. But because of the weird dialogue, right? I'm gonna give it like a 6.5 out of 10. Though I think, honestly, I kind of want to give it a 7 out of 10, but yeah, because of the awkward dialogue and stuff, right? I'm giving it a 6.5 out of 10. Yeah. I also want to say, people have been calling, like, there's a thing where one of the characters is kind of prejudiced, right? And people are calling M. Night Shyamalan prejudiced because he has a rapper in the film called Midsize Sedan, which sounds stupid. And it's like, dude, he's making fun of the fact that, like, there's a lot of rappers out there with dumb fucking names, rap names, right? And, like, people are acting like, oh, like, Midsize Sedan, and they get that, but they're like, there's no rapper name that's worse than Midsize Sedan. It's like, bitch, 2 Chainz. How retarded is his name, right? Well, somebody's calling, so I gotta go. But yeah, it's a 6.5 out of 10.